pulls in behind me. I roll the window down a couple of inches. And when he comes up, he says, "Roll down the window." And I said, "You got any ID on you?" "Roll down the window, I'm going to break it." Right? So I ask, "Is that your order?" And he says, "No, I'm asking you." I said, "Well, if you're asking me, I don't have to do it." And then he goes, "Roll down the window," right? And, I see the guy's irate, so I said, I better roll down the window. So I said, "Okay, just roll down the window. I completed your order. I charged $250 per order," right? And he never asked me for any license or any of that stuff, right? So he goes, "That's it. You're under arrest. Open the door." And I said, Is that your order?" "Yeah, open the door." So I open the door. He reaches in, grabs my wrist, pulls me out. I go out, brings me to the back. He's manhandling me and stuff. And I'm going, "Hey, dude, what's your problem, man? I didn't do anything to you. What are you so upset about?" Right? Calm down, get a hold of yourself, right? Yeah. And he starts, putting the cuffs on, and the left one, the first one he put on was pretty tight. I'm saying, "Dude, why are you hurting me? Why are you assaulting me? I didn't do anything to you, right? Relax," right? And then he puts the other cuff on. Then he starts going through my pockets. I go, yo, I didn't give you permission to search you. That's illegal search and seizure, right? And then he's just going through my pockets. He goes, "You got any weapons on you?" I said, "What's weapons? What is that?" And he doesn't answer me. So then he, opens the cruiser, tells me to get in. So I get in. I don't know if I asked him if it was an auto or not. It was up to $750 at that point when we left the scene. And my brother's in the van, so, they go over there bothering him. Meanwhile, I told him, "You better call your supervisor to the scene because you refuse to identify yourself, and this is a false arrest," right? And so eventually, two other cops showed up. These were the Stadies and the sergeant. So they go over there bothering my brother, this and that, seeing if he's got a license. The tow truck shows up and eventually show them his North Carolina license, and I guess they called the tow truck off. But, they were giving him a little bit of a hard time. So anyway, eventually the sergeant comes over, opens the right side door, and says, "Yeah, you wanted to see me?" I said, "Yeah, you got a picture ID on you?" "I don't have to show you that." So I tell him the same MGL that says, "I have to show you ID. You're required to show me ID as well when asked," right? And so why'd you call me, he says, because the other trooper wouldn't refuse to ID himself, right? And he goes, yeah, and he closed the door and left. So he starts, my brother had left the scene. He's heading north, back towards the house. And we took off, and this cruiser starts going up the highway, 80, 85, 90, 92, right? And, I'm leaning over to see the speedometer, right? And I go, "Hey, dude, you're speeding, man. You're tailgating people. You're changing lanes without using a blinker. You're endangering my life, Slow down. You're doing worse than I did. Are you above the law? You above the law, right? You're going to give yourself a ticket, right?" Yeah. So my brother afterwards, when I got out, he was telling me that he was going up the highway. He'd already been in the highway for a little bit. It's not that far, but maybe like 6-7 miles. But he's going on the highway. All of a sudden, he says this cruiser was flying by him, right? And then when he looked, he saw me in the back seat, so he knew it was the same guy. He said he was speeding like crazy. I said, "Yeah, I know. That's exactly what's going on," right? So when we're getting over towards so I tell him, it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So I told him, "I, a man, require you to bring me immediately to a magistrate," right? Yeah. And I told him that like a few times, and he just ignores it, right? Then when we're getting close to my exit, I go, "Hey, I live right around the corner over there. I'll tell you what, I'll forgive your trespasses if you forgive mine. Just pull off the exit, drop me off. You can go on your way and avoid, a lot of, we can all avoid a lot of trouble," or something like that, right? And then when he gets closer to the exit, I go, hey, right here, right? He just goes by the exit. I said, hey, you missed the exit, right? So there's another exit further up a couple of miles. So when we're getting to that exit, I tell him again, hey, I'll give you another chance. I'll forgive all trespasses if you forgive mine. Just pull over the next exit and drop me off, right? And he puts the radio on loud, and he doesn't want to hear it, right? So then the courthouse is up ahead, the next few exits. So I go, okay, Newburyport Courthouse is fine. Just bring me there. I require you bring me to the magistrate immediately, right? No, he brings me to the barracks, right? When I get there, he tells me, okay, get out. I said, is that an order? Yep. Okay, calls him back.
So when he brought you to the barracks, you didn't say this is kidnapping because the law says that you have to take me directly to the magistrate to set bail or bond.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, I did the best I could, under the circumstances that I couldn't think of everything.
I'm just saying I'm surprised you didn't say that. Say, wait a second, you got to take me directly to the magistrate so he could post bail or bond.
I didn't really want to say the kidnapping thing because we've talked about that before, and there was mixed conversation on that, so I wasn't too clear on that. But clearly he's taking me against my will and all that stuff, right? So we get to the station. Tells me have a seat. I ask him if it's an order. He says, yeah, sit down. Is it an order? Yeah. Okay, $1,250, whatever, right? Plus, at this point, there's cameras around and that stuff. And I said, plus $5,000 for false arrest, right? And so he sits down, starts, trying to find out who I am and all this stuff. And I'm saying, I don't answer any questions. And then, he's being sneaky, kind of trying to take my picture, right? So I catch him and I put my hand in front of my face and kind of turn away. I said, whoa, what are you doing? I didn't give you permission to take my property, right?
Yeah.
And he just sits there waiting with the camera, right? Then finally he kind of gave up on it. So I just kept my head down, right? And then after a while he says, so you're not going to give me your fingerprints either, right? I didn't say anything. So they're trying to figure out what to do. And, this is afternoon, was about 4 something by then. And
why do you keep asking? Every time you kept saying something, you say, I'll do it if you order me to.
Well, that's what I did. I said, is that an order? I wasn't saying exactly the same words, but...
Yeah, no. You said that you told the guy that, he told you to... He was like, hey, you're taking my property, taking my photograph, da-da-da-da. Right? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. No, I said...
What I'm saying is when you say property, you're taking my property, da-da-da-da-da. And all you have to say is, look, dude, we can make this real simple. Just create it in the form of an order. I'll just kiss your ass and do everything the hell you want me to. Just order me to do this damn stuff. I got no problem to getting my picture taken. Just order me to turn left, turn right. Order me to put my hands down.
So ask him to do it in writing, you said?
No.
Oh, just say, order me.
It's simple. Everything from now on is a form of an order. Can we agree on that? He's just going to agree that every damn thing I do from now on is an order, okay?
Yeah, I'm under duress. Anything you ask me to do, anything you tell me to do from now on, I'll consider it an order, and each order is $250.
No, you don't know what the price is.
Huh?
You know, maybe you go to the Champs-Élysées, man, of a fancy French restaurant. You don't tell me how much the price of the Don Perignon is. F him.
Okay,
yeah, he go to 64 Don. He pays $10,000. That's his problem.
Okay, but the question is,
no. You don't have to tell him how much the orders are.
But
F him.
I mean,
the rules.
Wait a minute, Carl. But if I'm saying I'll obey your orders, shouldn't I give him a price so he has full disclosure? He knows ahead of time.
F him. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Okay.
If he doesn't know how to play the game, he shouldn't be in the game. You walk into a restaurant, you order escargot and Don carry on and you don't ask for the price, man, that's your problem. They
No,
hit you over
I
they hit you over the $1 million bill, and when you're done, when you walk out, it's too bad.
All right, I got you. So
you want to pay the price.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that's, I was trying to, think of, how to approach it and all this stuff. So anyway, in the end, it ended up that, he didn't think he never Mirandized me, right? On his report, he freaking lied and said he did. He made up all this stuff that I was saying, which I never said, the way he put it in quotes, right? So most of it is all bullshit. But anyway, so then he says, okay, well, since we can't book you, the clerk magistrate says that they can't come and bail you out until you complete the booking, which, is like getting the permission type of crap, right? So then we're just going to put you in the cell and figure out what to do or something like that, right? So he goes, take off your shoes. And I go, I'm not taking off my shoes. There's Ebola going around, man. I'm not going to put my feet on that dirty floor, right? So then another cop was there, like temporarily. He goes, well, then just take off your shoelaces. I said, is that your order, right? He goes, yeah. I said, well, I charge $250 for an order. He goes, yeah, and I charge $300, right? And I didn't say anything to that. I should have said, well, yeah, that's fine. I'm not ordering you to do anything. But anyway, so I take my shoelaces off, right? Go through the whole thing taking my shoelaces off, right? It's a lot of holes on my shoes. Take them all off. I'm all set. And then the other one shows up and goes, he had gone in the other room while this was going on. Then he comes back and goes, oh, no, you got to take your shoes off. I said, look, I already told you I'm not going to step on that dirty floor, right? So he goes, well, there's a blanket over there. You can step on the blanket. I said, all right. So then I go in the cell and step on the blanket, and I sat down. That was it. So quite a while went by. Meanwhile, my wife and my brother had shown up here at the barracks, and I guess there was doing some commotions outside, and all, I don't know what the hell was going on because I wasn't aware. They could see me through the video monitor. They told me I was just like, laying there like in a meditating pose and not doing anything or saying anything or answering any questions or any of that. So then he came in.
I have salt and vinegar.
Okay, say hi to Kyle.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
You see your dad?
Hi to guys.
Making...
Say hi, guys. Say bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
So a while goes by, and then he comes like on the hallway outside the cell, and he says, the clerk magistrate isn't going to come down. He said it again. He said the name of the clerk magistrate. I don't know who the hell it was. They come down to bail you out and collect the money, but they don't come. They don't bring you right to them to handle business or whatever. So he's not going to come down because you're not completing the booking or whatever.
Yeah.
So at that point, hey, hold on. My brother's calling me. He went to do an emergency call on somebody's heat. I'll be back in a bit. You can talk to somebody else. I'll be back.
All right. So who else is on this call right now, man?
Gus.
Is Bolly still on?
Hello. This is
Bolly still on?
No, I don't see Bowie on that.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Travis from CT. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Who else is on?
Travis
Ohio.
from CT.
Travis from Connecticut and somebody on Cleveland.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was the big? I was going to say the guy from Cleveland or whoever, Travis. What was the big thing that Vital should have kept doing, but he kept not doing?
What is the? Say,
What was
say
what
that
again? You say that again?
Okay, either one of you, whichever one wants to answer the question, if it's what did Vital keep doing? What did he keep forgetting to do?
He didn't shut it off. He kept continuing and allowing them to trespass against him.
Yeah, okay. How about the other guy? What do you think Vital forgot to do? every time they told him to do something. What was he supposed to say?
Is that an order?
Is that your wish? Is that an order?
Yeah.
That's all he had to keep saying. Is that your wish? Is that your order?
And then that would have eliminated the trespass.
That would have made him absolved from anything, because all he was doing was performing.
Complying to the order.
He was performing. He was performing.
Mm-hmm.
And in the United States, there's no slavery. Every man has to have fair and just compensation from any service or anything that he performs or any product that he produces. He's entitled to fair and just compensation. He's not their slave. He's the public. They're the public servants. The servants want to start ordering the public around. They have to compensate just like anybody else.
Right.
That's all you had to keep saying. Is that your wish? Is that your order? Is it take off your shoes? Is that your wish? Is that your order?
Is your order. Right.
Take off your shoes. Is that your wish? Is that your order? Take off your shoes. Is that your wish? Is that your order? Take off your shoes. Is that your wish? Is that your order? Take off your shoes. Is that your wish? That's all I kept saying. And they would have said, what's this guy saying? This guy's been sitting here for 3 days. What is he saying? He just keeps asking, is that your wish? Is that your order?
Hey, I'm back, by the way.
Right.
There's nothing else for him to say. There's nothing else to say other than, is that your wish? Is that your order? Is that your wish? Is that your order? Is that your wish? Is that your order?
And then they say that is our wish and our order. And then does he still keep accruing the $250, or he says at one time, I told you in the beginning,
you're not going any further. He hasn't gone past. He hasn't gone past taking his shoelaces off yet. Is that your wish? They could be going for 3 days. Is that your wish? Is that your order? Is that your wish? Is that your order? Is that your wish? Is that your order? That's all you keep saying, like a fucking effing record.
But Carl, he told me many times that it was my order, even on the camera there in the booking room.
Then you do it. Then you do it.
Yeah, I did. That's what I was doing.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing.
You kept saying, you said, I'm not taking my shoes off and putting my feet on that dirty floor. Then go to the blanket.
Well, yeah, but that ended up happening. But I was that day I objected because
I don't engage in any conversation other is that your wish, is that your order. I don't give a fuck if it's lava that he wants me to put my feet in. Is that your wish? Is that your order?
So how does Vital enforce conflicts?
Because once you start saying, because when all you do is that your wish, is that your order, is that your wish, is that your, as soon as you start doing that non-stop, they know exactly what the fuck you're doing, and they will fucking let you go. Not with all this other crap that you fucking try to do. They ain't letting you go because they think you're just a wise ass. They think you're a smart guy.
Yeah, I had
if all you keep saying is that your wish, is that how do you think that Alabama couple got out of jail with having all that pot that they threw out the window on a high-speed pursuit from the Alabama State Troopers? Because all they kept saying is that your wish, is that your order. When they were locked up in jail, when they got pulled over, all they kept saying was the same stupid thing. And the Attorney General ran into the husband pleading, and he let him go the first day. The wife had to wait 3 days before she got before magistrate, and she says, is that the woman who's been taking all the orders? Yeah. Get her the hell out of the state. Get him back in their car and get him over the state lines. Get him out of here now. And the judge is like, but wait a second. She's got fleeing, throwing pot out the window, evading. Get her out of the state now. Because all they kept saying is that your wish, is that your order, is that your wish, is that your order, is that your wish, is that your order, is that your wish. That's all they kept saying, like a broken effing record.
But then at what point does that get cut off? I mean, after you comply with what they're saying or suggesting or ordering, if he gets down to his drawers,
just do it.
Right, all right.
Go in your folly.
Is that your order? Is that your wish? Is that your order?
So, Carl,
like the one lady did when she was in jail. She said to them, "Hey, you know what? This is a lot of orders. Can you give me a piece of paper and a pencil so I can write the orders down so I can keep up with them?" And she did. They gave her paper and a pencil, and she started writing all the orders down. They thought it was ridiculous what she was doing.
So what would you suggest? I'm having I had a similar situation, but I'm in court now. And every time I go into the courtroom, because I record everything on my phone, you know, even the prosecutor, she didn't want to give me the complaint. She didn't give it to me for like 4 months. I've been going back and forth to court for about 12 months now.
You're lucky. Up here, they don't let you bring any phone and anywhere near a courtroom.
Well, because I record everything. Like I had my lady record the whole incident with the police officers. They pretty much got behind us. It was they were undercovers. They didn't have any type of uniform on, badges on. They had unmarked cars, and a guy jumped out on me with my lady, and you know just demanded to see my ID. And I'm like, are you detaining me? Am I being detained? What's the problem? He wouldn't answer any of my questions, and he wouldn't tell me that I was being detained, but he opened the door and tried to snatch me out the car.
That's why when Jimmy Lynn came on the show like a year or two ago, he said that all he did on one stop was just kept saying to the cop, is that your wish, is that your order, is that your wish, is that your order, is that your wish, is that your order? And by the time he was in the back of his van, putting his hands on the policeman's cruiser, when the policeman told him, put your hands on the cruiser, he just started busting laughing so hard, and the cop said, what's so funny? He says, oh, I'm just high on call. He's like, high on call? What the hell? What's that? He's like, oh, that's some guy I'm listening to. And he kept saying, for me to just keep saying, is that a wish, is that your order, and you're going to keep giving me orders. And I'm going to, you know, and then he explained, he's like, how he's going to get compensated at the end of the week, just like the cop gets compensated at the end of the week for carrying out orders. And the cop dropped all this paperwork in the street and says, get out of here, you're making me nervous.
So even when I go to court, they always tell me that by the judge's order, I can't bring my phone into the courtroom.
Okay, well, what I'm trying to say is, look, you guys are so screwed up. I don't know how to explain it to you one more time. I'm trying to get this through to people's skulls once and for all. Jimmy Lynn did it over a year ago. He called me up on the phone one day and says, Carl, teach me a way to handle a stop. I taught him one way. Then the next time I taught him this wish and order stop. And he did the wish and order. He did both ways. But he really liked the wish and order thing. So what I try to tell people all the time is, if you guys just always did the wish and order, wish and order, wish and order, you wouldn't have to be calling me up a week or two later saying, how do I get a tape recorder into the court?